to another episode of Q&A. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jessie.
And we haven't done a Q&A in a really long time, but
No.
there's so much going on this spring into the summer at Universal Orlando and even Universal Hollywood. There's some stuff going on this spring. So we figured we would hop on, have a little Q&A discussion about everything going on, just so you will know what's in store. You'll know if maybe taking a trip after Epic opens is right for you, maybe before is right for you, maybe you wait till next year, maybe you go to Hollywood, but let's talk it out. Let's answer some questions that we've been getting about everything going on. And yeah, you ready, Jess? Let's jump into
ready.
it. Let's do it.
Honestly, I think this year is going to be so fun, whether you guys come to Epic Universe or you go to the other parks while it's slow. I mean, that's another big hitting point, because I think some people are going to come here purposely because Epic opened, whether they go to Epic or not.
Yeah,
all the other parks are going to be so slow compared to Epic.
Yeah, I've actually had an agent reach out to me, and she was like, when do you think, this was before we got the opening date on Epic, and she was like, honestly, in your best professional estimation, when do you think it's going to open? Because we want to make sure we're not there. We want to be there way before. We don't want to deal with the crowds. We want to go enjoy the lower crowds, the spring weather, and deal with that later. And I was like, I don't know, but now we know. But yeah, so that's a very common thing that we're hearing too, is people don't really,
even with the locals around here, a lot of the locals that I've talked to, even them, it's been crazy because they're like, oh, you're going to Epic opening week? And I'm like, absolutely, we're going to Epic opening week. They're like, well, I would go opening week, but one, they're all sold out. And two, it's if you go to opening week, you expect the crowds. You know it's going to be busy. But then you have those other people that are like, I'm going to wait 2 years to go to Epic. I'm going to go to the other parks while it's slow.
I can't imagine waiting that long to go see everything.
Either.
Yeah, even my dad yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going opening day. Jesse's going a couple days later. And he was like, it's going to be crowded. And I'm like, no.
I know.
I'm well aware of the fact that traffic's going to be nuts. We're going to go the day before. And I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm well aware. I'm
mentally preparing myself.
Yeah, I'm preparing myself now for the crowds and the people and the heat, because it's May too, so it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a lot of people, but we're not really doing a good job selling.
No,
but it will definitely, the crowds will calm down later on in the season, and
for sure,
definitely something.
I think it's gonna be a blast either way, whether you decide to hang out in the crowds to be one of the first people to see it, or whether you decide to be skipping this for the next 2 years, I'm going to the other parks.
Right.
Either way, you're going to have so much fun doing whichever you choose, because it's just a really fun time of year. That right before summer vibe is so fun, because it's kind of, you expect it to be slow, but then now Universe threw in Epic, and you're like, great. Universal's great, I'm going to throw you in a busy thing in May.
Yeah, exactly. Usually we kind of joke that it's our busy season starting in August in this kind of business, because you have all the Halloween stuff starts, and in Disney and here and everywhere really, and then from there on it's just event after event after event. But I feel this year it's gonna start May
early.
You have Disneyland turning 70, and then you have Epic opening, and it's just they're gonna roll right from there, so it's gonna be busy.
And speaking of Disneyland,
the first, what were you gonna say?
You're good, go ahead. I'll come back to it.
Part of the Epic Universe puzzle actually opened with Stella Nova Resort. It opened back at the end of January, and Jessie and I got to go and stay there, and it was
first night.
Such a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be 3 Epic Universe hotels: Stella Nova, Terra Luna, and Helios. Those are considered the 3 Epic Universe area hotels. Stella Nova is open now. Terra Luna opens in March, and then Helios opens with the park on May 22nd.
I will say though, fun tip for Stella Nova: use Waze if you're driving there, or if you have an Uber or a Lyft, have them use Waze. Do not use Apple Maps. I was using Apple Maps, and I drove around for 20 minutes trying to find the entrance. And I ended up calling Kristen, and I was like, I can't find the entrance. I don't know what I'm doing. My maps is dropping me off at these apartments. I see Stella Nova. It's right there. I see it. I can
They
touch it.
built like a brand new road, and the road is actually not finished yet. So like Stella Nova is the last place you can go on the road.
It's like a half road.
Yeah, it's like a half road, and it's like a whole new area, and so it's not like it's taking ways. It was fine, but yeah, some other maps
Yeah.
were not.
I
And
had
Jesse's
to
not the only
pull
one. Like
over.
we were there, and people were coming in
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm late because I got lost." And
I had
I
to
was
pull
actually
over
glad
and download Waze. It was
on
great.
Monday. I went back just because they were offering, some tours to agencies. So I went, and people were still saying like, "Oh, I got lost. It took me to the apartments next door." I'm like, Waze, make sure you
Yeah.
use your Waze.
So people think they can get in from the opposite side, but because they built that new road, it's kind of like you have to like go around Stella Nova to get into the
Yes.
opposite side with that new road, which the new road is beautiful. Like it looks really cool. I'm sure it's going to be great when it's fully open, but as of now, like definitely use Waze if you're traveling there by vehicle.
It's cool, that new road too, because you can actually see a lot of the buildings in Epic, like the back of them. So like you kind of see the back
So
of
cool.
Donkey Kong, you see some Super Nintendo stuff, you see like the Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon like portal, you see the top of it. You could see Helios in the back. So like it's really cool because
It's so cool.
especially if you're local or you have been following the construction of this land for the past couple years, and now to kind of get so close to it and see it,
Yeah.
see the Chronos, and it is like very cool to be
So
so
cool.
close to it. I was like starstruck by a place, if that makes sense. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm
It's
here
like a
and I've seen this
celebrity because it's
on TV.
I mean, especially us as locals, like we've been anticipating it for so long that it's like seeing a celebrity that walks past you and you're like, oh my God, there it is. It's right there. Look, 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 look.
He's right there. So yeah,
Right there.
it was super cool. But yeah, we had a great stay at Stella Nova. They had like a
We
huge
did.
grand opening event. It's not like that every day. Like when I was back on Monday, there were not like as many characters there, and there was not, like a DJ.
No DJ space guys
Yeah, it
dancing
was
their
like a
groove off.
lot more low key than it was the opening day, but it was great. The rooms were an awesome size. I think that hotel has something like 750 rooms. All of them are standard queen. They have the two queens. You either get like a pool view, which is actually an upgrade, which to me is so silly because don't you want the standard view, which is of like
Epic.
But yeah, so like the standard view is the Epic view. That's what
I guess
Jesse and I
because that's
had.
where like the parking lot is.
You do see the parking lot, but like you can see Epic in the back.
You
So
can see
like
Epic.
it was
Yeah, I don't know.
it was super cool. So I don't know. Yeah, to me the upgrade would be the Epic view, but
Same.
what do I know?
I know.
We were on the 9th floor. It was awesome. If you get a choice to kind of be higher or lower, definitely choose higher because the views were spectacular. Yeah, it was
you could
great.
see
The
right in.
food was good. The bar was
That
fun.
hot honey pizza was so good.
So good.
And we do have another video of just Stella Nova. So if you guys want to check that video out, it is in our niche of video areas.
We can
But yeah,
even
no,
link it
it's
below for you.
yeah. But no, the Stella Nova, like it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. So now Terra Luna opens. Yeah, Terra Luna. I get them like so confused. Terra Luna opens in March, so we're actually staying there that first night too. So keep an eye out. We're going to be covering that on social
March
media.
25th.
Yeah, we'll have a YouTube video for it at the end of March. I'm excited. I'm excited to now see how like similar it is.
Yeah, because we were out in the pool area and we were like, "What is that? Is that part of Stella Nova?"
It
And I was
looks
like,
exactly
"That has
the
to
same.
be." I'm like, "It has to be Terra Luna. It looks exactly the same." But I've heard the vibes are a little different at the pool, and the inside is a little
The
different.
inside looks different. It does look like more earthy, and
It does.
Terra.
Yeah.
Earth. So
more Earthling style instead of
so I had like
alien.
I guess like more like natural like wood and stuff like that. This was very like celestial space themed. And then there's a spot actually on the 3rd floor too where because of like the way the hotel is laid out, they couldn't build rooms in a certain corridor. So it's like a really small thing, but it's very cool. They put fiber optics in the ceiling and made it kind of look like you're walking down some like, stellar spaceship.
I loved it.
Celestial runway. So it's very cool. Such a great photo op. We got some really cute pictures of us there, and you can get good pictures of your kids there. It's just like a cute little area.
It's
and,
a fun little secret.
Yeah, fun thing to do with dead space because like that's what it is. It's just dead space. So
I mean, it's better than just making it like a random boring hallway.
Yeah. But again, I don't know that you'd want one of those rooms on the 3rd floor that's like kind of near there because you're gonna probably have people being noisy,
waiting in line to take
waiting in
photos.
line, like taking photos there,
Yeah.
So
That wasn't
keep that in mind.
ideal.
Not ideal. So yeah, so keep an eye out for our Terra Luna stuff too. That's so exciting. And then we will be covering Helios when it opens on the first day too. That hotel is really cool because you can just like walk inside of Epic Universe from that
I know.
hotel. Very similar to, if you know, like California Adventure and the Grand Californian, kind of similar to that vibe. So that's going to be, I can't wait to see how they do that. Like, I can't wait. And I can't wait to like
Me
see
too. I'm
views
so
and-
excited. And it's like Universal's first of that kind almost, like first of like going into a park. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Very
That'd
excited.
be cool.
So that'll be so fun. And then if you are considering going to Universal Orlando before Epic opens, you should know that right now you are in Mardi Gras season. So fun. Mardi Gras started February 1st and it ends, I believe, the last day. Wait, rewind. It started the first day of February. I don't know what I just said there. I think I said March. Don't mind me.
No, you said February.
I think the last day of March or March 30th or whatever.
I think so.
It's so fun. This is one of our favorite events of the year. It's low key in general, but I even feel like this year it's a little bit more low key because they didn't.
Yes, it ends March 30th.
March 30th. They didn't have as many food booths as they had in previous years.
There was still like 8 booths though?
I think there was maybe 8 or 10. I don't remember.
Yeah, so there was still quite a few. But yes, no, it did seem a little smaller scale this year, but that didn't diminish any of the fun. We had just as much fun as we did in the previous years. Most of the food was decent. I mean, there were some that were really good, and then some that we were like, this is not great.
That's every festival, honestly, Disney or Universal. There's always some winners and there's always some losers.
Yeah, always. But
yeah, it's a super
overall, like, it was a blast.
Yeah. And if you're sitting here thinking like, oh, Mardi Gras, like I have kids, that's not something I want to take them to. It's super family friendly. My family
friendly Mardi Gras
around with us for the day, just because, we had like lots of food to eat. And my kids, I think, probably had more fun than like we did. They loved catching the beads in the parade and they like trying the food. They love the king cake. They like the beignets. There's characters out. What I think Universal
They liked the salmon. They both ate the salmon.
They both ate salmon. My kids ate fish, you guys. What?
Yeah. I didn't even try that.
No. But my 10-year-old and my 7-year-old were like, we will eat that.
Salmon.
Universal brings the parade characters out a couple hours before the parade. And so you can like meet and greet with them, and then it's kind of cool because then like you see the ones that you met in the parade, and sometimes like they remember
to give out,
some of my kids. Cool. So that's super. My kids love that. They had so much fun. The tribute store is amazing. It's so themed. If you like spooky vibes, it's so immersive. Little spooky kind of like mythical creature kind of vibe to it this year. It was so fun.
It felt very like almost like I was walking into an E.T. movie, but like in the swamp.
Yes.
I don't know. It was really, really cool. I was like, this is neat.
Yeah. It was super fun. And they do such a great job with that tribute store, like season after season after season. I don't know how they keep coming up with such like creative ideas.
They're so good.
I know.
I really love them. But yeah, so Mardi Gras is great. If you are here before March 30th, definitely check that out. It is included with your ticket, so it is not a separate price, which is just mind-boggling to me because I feel like everything over on the other side is all separate priced.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, but no, this is included with your ticket. So, and go and enjoy it because it's so much fun.
Yeah, super fun. And then come this spring. Actually, before we get to that,
we have a couple of questions for Epic.
Well, let's jump over to Hollywood real quick because starting in...
That's what I was going to say earlier. I was going to say, speaking of Disneyland, Universal Hollywood has events.
Yeah, so they're doing something. This is their first kind of event like this. They're likening it to sort of a Halloween Horror Nights experience, but like without the I think spooky kind of factor to it. It's FanFest
It's more
nights.
fun.
Yes, and they are highlighting a lot of their intellectual properties from the past and some, current, and they are just having like a huge celebration of these, fandoms people are
Yeah,
encouraged to
which
come and like
we love.
cosplay. And if you know anything about Universal Hollywood, now I haven't been there since like I lived in LA like 15 years ago.
I've never been.
Yes, it is an actual working movie studio. So they actually filmed my favorite movie there, Back to the Future. And if y'all don't know, I actually have a DeLorean tattoo because I love it so much.
She does.
So as part of this Fan Fest nights, they are actually opening up that set for you to walk around on. Allegedly, they're dressing it like the 1955 portion of the movie. They're going to have a lightning bolt strike the clock tower every so often. When I tell you I heard about this and I sent Jessie articles, like, I don't know, we have to get there. Like, I don't know what we do, but like, if we have to hitchhike
How
across
do we
the
get
country,
there?
like, it's such a, like, for me, dream come true because having a favorite movie that's obviously it's very popular, but like, it's not current, you know?
Yeah, it's older.
Yeah, it's older and there's not a lot really surrounding it anyway. And Orlando, like you still have the train and the DeLorean, but like we don't have the attraction anymore. So to like have something that I love so much, like being able to kind of like, I don't
Come
know,
to life.
like come to life
Yeah.
like that. I was like crying. I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't care about anything else they're doing there. I think they're doing like a Star Trek thing too and some other sort of like anime stuff, which is super cool. And if you're into that, this is the event
Great.
for you. But for me, like, I will go and just like lay down on like the courthouse square, be like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. So yeah, that's a super cool event. We looked into the pricing for it because we are trying to we like, in all honesty, are trying to figure out a way to go and to cover it so we can, you know, show you guys because we really do think that that's going to be something really unique and fun to that park.
And I think they're going to keep it up yearly too. I think it's something that's going to be popular and they'll probably just change the theming every year. So yeah, fan nights seems to be kind of a big priority for us for this year, just because again, I think it will be something that continues every year and it'll be different fans each year.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I think it'll be awesome.
Because I think Hollywood too kind of struggles because like Orlando has Mardi Gras and like Hollywood was first and it's a real working set, but like Orlando is the flagship and there's Epic coming and like so many reasons to come here and do that I think they're trying to find their niche a little bit with like, how do we get people over here too? And I think
that's a great way to do that.
Yeah. Opening up like the movie sets and letting people actually like experience that is so awesome. Brilliant. So yeah, we are really looking into like doing that and trying to bring that to you guys because I think it would be so fun. But that again, the tickets were not even that expensive when we're looking into it. It's like
they were like what, someone said $75 per ticket?
$75 per person. And then again, it's like very much like Horror Nights in the way that like, but then you can add on the early entry and then you can add on the express pass. So like the base ticket is $75 and then like you can kind of add on some of this other stuff to like plus up your experience. But like for our purposes, like we just want to go and take some photos and
get all that content and share it with you guys.
Up and make a couple videos about it. So we'll keep you all posted with that. With our hopefully we're able to do it because we're also kind of under time constraints with like Epic opening and then Disneyland 70. So it's like there's so much to pack into like a 2-week.
Yeah.
From like separate coasts.
Wish us luck.
Don't know how we're going to do that, but yeah, so that's totally something to look into. If you're interested in that, definitely like hit us up because we can help you guys get out there for that. A little different booking Hollywood and the way the hotels are laid out is a little different, but I mean, that to me sounds like get me there. I don't care what you have to do. Like, let's
get me there.
We'll go with you. Let's all go.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I think we will get out there. We will be able to go. Just put it out there into the universe and it'll all work out. I think it'll be fine.
You will see me next to a DeLorean
at fan nights in Universal Hollywood, eating a DeLorean cookie and meeting all the characters. And you're gonna just lay on the floor.
I told Jessie if we do go, she's gotta come over and watch like the entire trilogy with me. And I was like, I'll do my best to not like say all the words, but no promises.
I was like, I don't care.
But yeah, the other thing too, like we really want to see Super Nintendo World out there too, because we're getting one here
Yeah, I want to compare it. I want to know what it's like out there versus for Epic because I know we're going to get questions like that.
Mhm.
And I know that I'm not going to be able to answer them because I've never been. I've seen photos, I've seen videos, yes, but being there and being immersed in it is completely different. So I think getting that content over there and just experiencing there first before Epic opens, I think will really help me
Yes.
personally.
Yeah.
And you've never seen Nintendo there either, right?
No, because I
Yeah, it
haven't
wasn't
been
open last time you were
recently. And
there.
the last time I went, I used to live in Hollywood and I lived like right up the street from Universal's Hollywood. But I mean, that was 15 years ago. I don't, and I've been to, back to California, Hollywood since, but I've been to City Walk, but I haven't been there. So
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be very different for you too. I mean, it's going to be like your first time all over again.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that'll be fun.
So I definitely would like, and I know theirs is a lot smaller too. So it'll be interesting to see how they can like,
The space constraints.
right. And that is always so interesting to me. This is totally off topic, but real quick, like going from Disneyland to Disney World, because it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's the same stuff, right? But in Disneyland, it's like shrunken into this little area. And then you step foot in the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World after you've been to Disneyland, and it's like it was like one of those foam capsules that you put the water in.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing, but it's so I'm interested to see if it feels like that same sensation of like it's the
Yeah.
same thing, but squeezed down in little, and then it like you go and it's come here and it's this way bigger kind of experience. So yeah, definitely so excited to see that. And they just have so many different things out there. They have like their Jurassic World stuff is different. They have the tram tour where they take you to see all these movie sets like the Psycho House and the Bates Motel, which I also love Alfred Hitchcock movies. So that is like
That's cool.
wild to me that you can just
Yeah.
like go see the Psycho House, and that's oh my god, so cool. So yes, definitely Hollywood is a totally different experience. Highly recommend you look into maybe jaunting over to the West Coast at some point. But yeah, then we're, like I said, right into Epic Universe. So did you want to read some of the Epic questions that we have been getting?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, everyone's already kind of come to the conclusion that Epic opens on May 22nd. So, I know that kind of, it's kind of in a weird time of May. It's what, a Thursday or a Wednesday, right?
I think it's a Friday. I think it's Friday.
It's like in the middle of the week.
Or maybe it's a Thursday. I think it's a Thursday because then I think
it's
the
a
next day is
Thursday.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, I'll look it up. Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, because
So
I think the next day is my kid's like last day of school, and I was like, how am I going to do this?
you'll figure it out. It'll be fine. That's the thing. Like, they're opening it on a Thursday, so like it's funny because I think people were like, "Oh, it's a Thursday. It'll be slower." No, it's packed. It's sold out. I wonder what their packed is though, because what is a sold out park? How many tickets did they sell? Like,
Well,
that's
and
what I
because
want to
they're
know.
not selling, the way that they're doing tickets for Epic is you can buy a 1-day Epic ticket only if you are an annual pass holder. Then you
Yes.
can go in and you can buy as many 1-day Epic tickets as you'd like. I was able to get 2. Jessie was able to get 1. And again, like they're still available, not for opening week, but like into the
Not for
summer
the
and into
first
the
2
fall.
weeks. The first 2 weeks are sold out.
Yeah, into the fall and winter. So you could still do that if you're an annual pass holder. If you are not and you are just taking a vacation, you have to buy, sorry, my hair's like all wild today.
You're fine.
You have to buy a package that includes 1 day at Universal Studios theme park, 1 day at Islands of Adventure,
Islands.
1 day at Epic Universe, and then there's another
We've gotten
package
that
that
question
you
a
can
lot as well.
right, you can add Volcano Bay on as well. So you are only allowed 1 day in each of those. So obviously, how do they estimate that? Because you figure everybody's going to go to Epic, right, on that first day, I guess. Like if you're not an AP that happened to get a ticket and you're this package holder, or are you waiting for the second, third day? I don't know. So like I don't even know. How do they know? I guess they know how many
Unless you
packages
have
they
to-
sold.
When you buy the 3-day ticket, do you have to pick which day you're going to Epic? You don't. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So do they just like know how many packages they sold, and so they're like, okay, we can assume a certain percentage are going to go on the first day? Probably, but I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. That's like way above my understanding and
Yeah, of
ability.
theme park reservation.
No. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see like what exactly the crowds are like too.
Me
on that
too.
day.
I'm assuming it's going to be like a sardine status. I'm guessing it's going to be very busy. Yolanda, our friend, was actually telling us that she went to the very first opening day of Wizarding World and Universal, and she waited 15 hours in line for just to get into Harry Potter. Like, it was crazy. And at this time, Forbidden Journey was open. She waited 15 hours. By that time, the park was closed. She was waiting in line literally all day just to get into the land.
Did they let her in at all or no?
They did. So the park closed. She just told me this the other day. The park closed, okay? After her 15 hours, she waited. The park closed. She finally got into the Wizarding World in Universal, into, you know, where the castle is. And she literally was like, now what? And she was like,
because everything
okay.
was closed probably, right?
Yes. They let her pick one ride to ride after waiting 15 hours. She got in, she saw it, did one ride, and then she left.
I'm hoping that they like learned from that experience, because I don't think they had any like cap on who they were letting in that day, right?
Yeah.
Like it was just they didn't.
Well, and I will say that was one land. So it was like, it wasn't like a whole park was opening, you know, it was one land that was opening. So people were like very excited, very like, oh my God, I gotta go in. So I don't think it's gonna be like that. But to get on like Monsters Unchained, for example,
you're gonna wait.
It's gonna be a minimum. This is just my guess. I'm future guessing. A minimum of 5-hour wait. 6
I would say 4
wait.
or 5 probably, depending on if they have Express going, because Express is going to slow down the regular standby queue.
Right.
So,
and we don't have much about Express information yet or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. Will we actually ride rides opening week? Probably not. Will we be getting as much Atmo and food as we can? Absolutely. But I think even the waits for the food are gonna be astronomical.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
I think
we'll
it'd be
put
great.
question marks in like stories too as we get closer and ask you guys like what you want to see.
Yeah.
And we'll do our best to actually get that stuff, because like we're not going to be able to do it. And like we're bringing help because we couldn't get tickets to go together, and Jessie and I are so used to kind of being able to divide and conquer some of these things.
Yeah.
So like she's bringing help when she goes. I'm going to be with friends on the first day, and then actually my husband's coming with me the second day to help. And I've already been like, you're not there for fun, you're working.
Yeah.
Don't think you're going to be like waiting. If you're waiting on a ride, it's because I'm going to have you video it. Like,
right. Yeah. I need you to have your camera out.
You're going to be videotaping, my friend. So like, we will do our best to get what we can to show everybody that is not going to be able to be there or that has a trip plan, but we'll be asking all of you what you want to see so we can focus on that. Because.
And then while we're on Epic, there were 2 questions that we really had that people keep asking. But what were the themed lands and which attractions will be featured when Epic opens, as well as what are the immersive experiences and new technologies that Epic is introducing? So honestly, it's all the lands and everything is new. Everything's immersive. It's all going to be phenomenal land-wise. I am so excited for these lands. This is going to be phenomenal. We're going to have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, which, I mean, that in general, I'm not sure how many of you have seen I think we posted a reel of that one, right? When we were recording the inside. But, you know, Epic Universe has like that ginormous immersive experience map inside City Walk right now. And you can actually take your phone and they will show you the inside of the rides, which
cool.
Is so cool. So you can kind of see a little bit of what it's going to look like. They haven't released too many details of the Harry Potter one, but my God, like just from the little bits that we've seen, I can't even imagine what it's going to look like.
What's striking to me about the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic area is that it looks like France, it looks like Paris, but it doesn't look, I'm not trying to shade Epcot at all, but like Epcot is like a very like, I don't know, it looks almost like miniature to me, right? It doesn't look like the city. It looks like you took the city and it's like scaled down. This from the footage looks like they built it to scale. Like it looks like those buildings are several stories tall. It looks like those, you know, kind of alleyways, and if you've been to Paris, like those like windy cobblestone roads, like it looks to scale. So I'm like, am I like how can you build all of these tall buildings and keep the sight lines so perfect, which they really paid attention to, it looks like, in this park. Like, they really
Yeah.
are.
I don't know. I can't wait. And they have a whole bunch of new wands and magic areas. And oh my God.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to get a new wand.
I know.
They're beautiful.
I'm very excited.
So pretty.
And then we already talked Super Nintendo World is coming. There's going to be the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, which is like Mario Kart ride. You put on the VR goggles and it's like you're on the Rainbow Road. They do have that currently in Hollywood. So you could definitely look up footage of it in Hollywood if you want to know what it's like.
Is it going to be copy paste? Do you know?
I don't know. We don't know. We're getting a Yoshi's Adventure ride, which is going to be great for like little kids, because you just get in the Yoshi vehicle and then like you have to press the buttons when you see like the certain Yoshi eggs. They have that in Japan currently. And then we're getting a whole kind of separate mini land, which is Donkey Kong. There's going to be a Donkey Kong meet and greet, a roller coaster where the track is actually on the side. So
Minecart Madness.
Look like you're jumping the track and like over water. I mean, I can't wait to see that in person.
It looks so cool.
It looks so cool. My kids are super excited for that one because, you know, they're big Nintendo kids. So that's so exciting.
Who's not nowadays? I never thought I'd be a Nintendo kid. Here I am, a Nintendo kid.
Here we are. So yeah, so that's really exciting. What else is there? Celestial Park, which is like the main one when you come in. It has the Stardust Racers. Wait, and we're running out of time, so I'll make this really quick. But the Stardust Racers ride, I was watching a video the other day and somebody got footage of it testing. And on the back, guys, on the back of the ride vehicles, they have flux capacitors. Y'all, I'm deceased. I can't, like, the attention to
does that mean you're going to ride it?
No. I'll throw up, but I will take pictures of the flux. Like, the attention to detail and the honoring of like things that came before and their intellectual property in such a like unique way is
I love it.
I love it. And honestly, I'm going to be shady for a minute. Disney does not do that. And so I'm so happy to see that. That's like the coolest thing. And that area is just going to have a lot of restaurants and fountains and that big roller coaster. I think there's like a carousel for kids there.
There is.
What else is there? Oh,
Monsters.
You could talk.
Dark Universe. So excited. Cannot wait for Dark Universe. That is going to be where I live. I'm just going to plop myself in the middle.
Your mail over there.
Yes. I'm just going to plop myself there. And I can meet anyone else for lunch. They can come to me. I'll meet in the middle somewhere. That's fine. But like, I'm going to live there. So.
Yes. It's very exciting.
Monsters
and they're going to have that.
It's going to be phenomenal. Yeah. Oh my God.
There's going to be
Cannot wait for Monsters Unchained.
Fun ride. And then they're also doing, I don't know if you guys, I think it was last year we did this when they offered it at Universal. Jessie got her monster makeup done. We should probably.
Oh, we're going to do it again.
Yes. And that was such a fun experience. And it was such an underrated experience. Like nobody was doing it, but enough people must have done it because now they're going to have it there permanently.
And I felt so badass with that makeup on. Like cool. I came home and my husband was like, "What is on your face?" And I was like, "I'm a monster. Leave me alone." Like, I was like, "I don't want to take it off."
Yeah.
I was like, "It's too beautiful. I don't want to take it off."
I feel like you did leave it on, like not overnight, but like you left it on as long as you could. Yeah.
I did. And I was like, "Man, I got to shower." Like, I was really sad that I had to shower and like scrub it off my face because
beautiful,
man.
And it's the makeup artists that do the Horror Nights makeup that we're doing this.
So it's like, good.
You're not getting some, like, you're getting, I don't know, like professional special effects makeup done. Like, and it wasn't terribly expensive. Like, I don't know. It's just, what a unique experience.
It was so fun. And I have really sensitive skin and it didn't irritate my skin at all. Like, I did not break out afterwards. It was on half my face. And I mean, looking at it, like, you never would have noticed that I got makeup done the previous day. Nothing was irritated. Nothing, like, I didn't have to pull anything off. It was all, like, airbrush and paint makeup. But it was phenomenal. Like, I when we go to Epic, I will make an appointment for the morning and I will wear it all day to get my fill of it because it was awesome. It was so cool.
That's such a cool thing. Kids are going to love that. By kids, I mean adults.
Kids too. Kids will also love it.
Also adults. And then I think the last land that we haven't talked about is the How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Again, they're going to have a couple roller coastery, kind of like a kid roller coaster in there. They're going to have like one of those flying, y'all know, I get
Fly with the dragons.
Yeah. And then there's going to be a show in there. There's going to be like a boat ride too, like an interactive boat ride, which I think will be great. And then
Did you see them testing the dragons the other day? So they were testing flying dragons, but they were also testing like cute little meet and greet style dragons, and I just wanted to squish them. They were so cute. Love that.
Yeah, so not only are they planning on having dragons like flying over the land, yes, dragons flying over, but they're gonna like be walking around, I guess, the land too.
And they look like toothless. Like it looks
like the cartoon, yeah.
They brought him to life. So cool. I'm so excited.
So yeah, there's so much going on with that park. I don't even know if like 1 or 2 days is going to be enough to do. I don't think it is. I mean, it's just not. Like, you're just going to have to be very good about making the list of the things that you want to do and see and making those a priority.
I was going to say, you have to be very selective. Yeah. Especially within the first year, maybe 2. You're going to have to be very selective and don't have your hopes too high because you don't want to be disappointed. And by that, I mean, if you pick 1 ride, don't pick 6 rides. If you pick 6 rides and you only get to ride 1, you're going to be disappointed. If you pick 1 ride and you get to ride 2 or 3, great. There you go.
That makes for
Shut up your hopes.
Yeah. So definitely, if you have any more questions about Epic Universe, traveling to Universal Studios Hollywood or Orlando, definitely reach out. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. Put you in touch with an agent that can book your trip for you. Working with an agent is completely free. Completely get paid by the vendor. You don't have to spend a dime. All of the help is free. And why would you not do it? Why are you going to spend your time doing that when
when you don't have to?
You don't have to do that. And especially with this, where like people haven't been there yet, so it's like you don't know what you don't know. But in the industry, we get a little bit more information for planning purposes than like the average Joe. So definitely ask questions. Let us know how we can help you, how we can get you to these places, because we want you to experience them. Keep an eye out because we're going to have a ton of stuff coming out when Epic does open, and hopefully some good fan fest stuff from Hollywood coming. So
yeah, you got to watch out because I know we're going to have so many YouTube videos, so many Instagram reels. Definitely keep track of all of that because we're going to be releasing so much information in such little time, but it's going to be amazing and we absolutely can't wait. So excited. We're happy to bring you guys with us.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. Check out the links and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.